When Emerald Downs opened for business in 1996, it was a new track in search of new stars. A 1-mile oval created by Ron Crockett that would allow for new equine stars to emerge in the heart of the Kent Valley. And leave it to Bud Clockstead, the Washington Hall of Fame trainer with a legendary eye for young talent, to deliver the new venue's first superstar. The filly's name was Ropersandwranglers, and she cost a paltry $2,000 when Clockstead bought her as a weanling for his wife Billy in Northern California in the fall of 1993. In recent years, Clockstead had developed all-time Washington greats like Chinook Pass, Peter Hoff's Patee, and Staff Rider. So the man knew a good prospect when he saw one. And Ropersandwranglers would prove the real deal, piling up 5 titles at Emerald Downs, including top sprinter in each of the track's first 3 seasons.
Ropersandwranglers race clear, a length to Cocktails Anyone, then Singing Year on the outside, but Ropersandwranglers looks to have it won. Ropersandwranglers 2 in front. Ropersandwranglers scores impressively, second Cocktails Anyone.
Wrote Dick Rockney in the Seattle Times, Ropersandwranglers, the much ballyhooed filly from Bud Clockstead's barn, lived up to her reputation by winning her Emerald Downs debut by 3 lengths yesterday. Said winning rider Frank Gonzalez, "She's the 3-year-old filly that everyone has been talking about. She just dragged me around there today and drew off on her own. Now everyone knows what all the fuss is about." A gifted speedster with spectacular toughness and tenacity, Ropersandwranglers thrived at Emerald Downs. She capped her 3-year-old season with an amazing demonstration of versatility, defeating older fillies and mares in the 6-furlong Hastings Handicap.
Ropersandwranglers leads down towards the final 8th by 3. Now the charge from Great Threads. Vainglory is still boxing on, but Ropersandwranglers has streeted them. She keeps fighting more, and she's very, very smart. Ropersandwranglers bolts in the Hastings Park Handicap by 6 lengths.
Her 7-length win in the Hastings ranks among the great efforts in track history. She ran 6 furlongs in a then track record 108-4, earned a huge 109 Beyer figure, and defeated the speedy Cocktails Anyone, a future 2-time Washington-bred champion older filly or mare, trained by Tim McKenna, whom Ropersandwranglers defeated 3 times.
I remember that she was kind of my nemesis one summer here. I had probably the best filly I ever had, Cocktails Anyone, stakes winner in California, brought her up here, and I turned down the lane 2 in front and looked like I was long gone, and here would come Ropersandwranglers. Nailed me. I think I run second to her in 4 or 5 stakes. She was just a rattlesnake. I mean, I would be on the lead. My mare would run hard every time, and she would she knew where the wire was. She was a wire hunter, and I mean, she would nail you right on the money, and you think you'd be long gone. And one of my memories is Louis Uregi rode my horse, and he kept looking back all the time. And finally I told him, I said, "Quit looking back, she's coming, don't worry about it. The Ropersandwranglers didn't go home. She's on your butt and she's closing."
Born March 1st, 1931 in Landon, North Dakota, Clockstead began working in the thoroughbred industry at age 16 in Roseburg, Oregon. It was also in Roseburg where he met his wife Billy 55 years ago. They shared many victories over the years, of course, but Ropersandwranglers was special in that it was a 100% Clockstead production, trained by Bud, owned by Billy. "I don't have too much pressure to run Ropersandwranglers from the owner of the horse," Bud cracked. "If I want to take her home, we take her home. We don't have to answer to anybody."
He was as good a guy there ever was as picking out a young horse, and he actually bought her to have a roommate for one that he already had. He just needed one more to kind of make a pair, and with the eye that he had, I mean, there was nobody better around this part of the country buying young horses than Bud.
That, however, was only the beginning. The following year, 4-year-old Ropersandwranglers earned the Emerald Downs Championship for top older filly or mare, going 3 for 3 and chalking up wins in the Boeing, Ingenue, and Auburn handicaps. After winning the Mountain View Stakes and the Auburn Handicap to begin her 1998 Emerald campaign, Ropersandwranglers finally had her run of 7 straight stakes wins snapped in a head loss to Shea in the King County Handicap. The rematch, however, went to Clockstead's mare, as Ropersandwranglers closed out 1998 with a 1.5-length victory in the Boeing Handicap.
Ropersandwranglers and Just Call Me Grayson, Shea finishing late, Cocktails Anyone a half, Ropersandwranglers on the outside, strides up now, Ropersandwranglers are neck to Cocktails Anyone, and she does it yet again. Ropersandwranglers wins, 1 length to Cocktails Anyone.
she raced only once more, winning the Mountain View Stakes at Emerald Downs on April 25, 1999. At the time of her retirement, Ropersandwranglers was the most successful horse in Emerald Downs history, winning 10 of 12 starts, including 9 stakes races, and finished her remarkable career with a record of 13-2-2 from 20 starts, with earnings of more than $260,000. In fact, Emerald Downs celebrated Ropersandwranglers' sparkling career with her own retirement ceremony in 2000. While Chinook Pass was clearly Klokstad's best horse, Ropersandwranglers was likely his favorite. And tonight, the $2,000 daughter of Endow Silent Surprise becomes the first non-Washington-bred horse inducted into the Washington Racing Hall of Fame.